Hey guys, it is Charzzariah, and another year has come and gone, and so I thought it was, high time that I made another anniversary catch-up kind of video where I kind of explain what's going on with the channel, where things are heading. I know this video is not technically coming out the exact day of my 2-year anniversary for making videos. I know that was, I think, about last Sunday, and this is being recorded, about a week later. It's been really hectic trying to organize things. I had one idea in mind for what I wanted to do, and that kind of kept falling through. So instead, I just thought I'd make a video talking to you guys, reflecting on the past 2 years of Let's Play, I should actually say. Talking about where the channel's heading, changes that have been made, changes that are still currently being made, and future changes that will be coming to the channel. Talking about what's in store for next year and potentially beyond. And just talking to you guys about what's going on with the channel and what to expect from Charzzariah in 2018 and a little bit of 2019. So, first things first, I'll talk about this video in general. I know last year I did a kind of compilation of all my highlights from last year, and that's not to say that there have not been a lot of highlights in the past year. There have been a lot of great moments from last year that I cherish, and I could, make a compilation of those again, but I thought that with everything that's been going on with the channel and the changes that are going to be made, talking to you guys is more efficient than just making a compilation video. I could just make a video like I did for when I announced my other Let's Plays, but with so much to cover, I think this is just worth putting in this video on its own because there's a lot of stuff to cover. So, firstly, talking about this video. Originally, what I had planned this video to be is more of a podcast thing, so I'll start with talking about that. So, as many of you know, Reynolds and I have collabed on a lot of videos together in the past 2 years, basically. We did Dark Souls Versus on my channel, then we did the DLC on his channel, then we did Spider-Man 2 on my channel, and in 2018, in this year, we are planning on collabing once again, because clearly it's not, we collabed this year for Spider-Man 2 for the end of that, but clearly it is not a true year on the Charzzariah channel unless Reynolds makes an appearance for at least one full series. So what we are planning to do this year is we are going to be doing Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin Edition. And this might be interesting to a couple of you if you've been around the channel for quite a while. This will also be marking the return of Tim, because we have Tim, who was in the original Dark Souls series that is still on. I think it's still on the channel, It's ages old. It's from back in 2014, and it's a bit rough. We never actually finished it, but that is there if you want to check that out. But it will be me, Reynolds, and Tim going through Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, which will be very interesting considering that Dark Souls 2 is probably Reynolds' least favourite of the Dark Souls games, and it's the one that certainly feels the least like the other Dark Souls games, because Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 have a very similar feel to them, but Dark Souls 2, the graphics aren't quite the same as Dark Souls 1's. The movement, I think, is the biggest thing. Movement and the combat are the biggest changes, I feel, when it comes from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 2. I still somewhat enjoy Dark Souls 2. It's not a bad game, it's just maybe not the best Souls game, but I'm looking forward. Actually, it kind of feels somewhat like Demon Souls, but then again, Demon Souls also still feels more to me like Dark Souls than Dark Souls 2 does to Dark Souls, if that makes sense. But so that is the first project we have planned together. But a second project we have planned, and what this video was initially supposed to be, was more of a podcast. So Reynolds and I were throwing around the idea coming to the end of Spider-Man 2, because as if you've watched that series, you'll know that at the very end we were given another mission to collect, I think it's 50,000 hero. It's something stupid. There's a high number of hero points that you have to get in order to progress through the next mission. And what we were thinking of doing was either doing it as a live stream or turning it into a podcast and releasing the video like that. So we started throwing ideas around about the idea of a podcast, and then I started throwing ideas out to some of my other friends who have been interested in coming onto the channel and doing series, Let's Play series or other kind of series on here, and we started getting this good idea of what this podcast could be. So we were intending to film the first episode, and that would be what this episode is, and I'd go over the 2-year anniversary and all that sort of stuff there. But what we'll probably do now is we'll make it just its own thing, and it won't have any ties to like the anniversary or anything like that. It can just be its own separate entity, which I think is the better way to do it, honestly. So it doesn't get bogged down with having extra weight of just me talking for 20 minutes being like, hey guys, this is what you can expect from us in the next year. It could have been useful to introduce all the new people you'll be seeing, but I think the series that they'll show up in are more than enough to introduce you to them, and they will still be on the podcasts at some point, so they'll get to at least tell you a little bit more about them. But yeah, it's going to be a podcast where me, Reynolds for the most part, and some other people will be getting together and yeah, just talking about general stuff, what's going on in gaming, what's going on with our separate series, stuff like that, shooting the breeze for probably about an hour or so. And while we're doing that, on screen, we won't have ourselves on screen. Instead, we'll be having gameplay of whatever we are grinding out, because basically we wanted to use it as a way to grind out for things in games that I still want to show because I want to do games to 100%, but some things, obviously, like with Spider-Man 2, it takes a long time and it's a very dull grind to get that far. So we thought if we made it a podcast and the gameplay's just on screen, not everyone's going to be interested in potentially what's on screen, so they can just tab over and listen to us talk, which is, you know, not a bad idea. So we can use that for Spider-Man 2, Pokemon Emerald, because I still need to do the Battle Frontier in that game. And yeah, there's nothing, I don't think, in Earthbound that I want to cover anymore. I think I got everything in Earthbound that I wanted to do. If we needed to get the Sword of Kings, we could have used it for that, but I did that off screen, and I'm probably actually glad that I did. But yeah, so that's an interesting idea, and hopefully the first episode of that should be out sometime soon. We've got all the points we want to talk about in that podcast. I have contacted the people who I want to be on it, and it's just a matter of, yeah, organizing them all together. But following on from that, we were going to use that, yeah, to talk about the new Let's Play series that are coming out and new people who will be collaborating on the channel, because interestingly enough, this will be the first time on the channel where the number of Let's Plays that are collaborations outweigh the number of Let's Plays that is just me sitting behind the microphone commentating by myself, which I think is a good thing, because having another person to bounce stuff off of is really good. I mean, I can sit in front of a microphone and talk for 20 minutes at a time, and, you know, it's not too bad, but I think having the extra person there to have a conversation with and bounce stuff back and forth off of is really good, which is why I like having the collaborations with Reynolds and now these collaborations with other people coming to the channel. So first off, I'll talk about the solo Let's Play because I can get that out of the way, and then I can go into talking about the 3 collaborations. I've already kind of talked about Dark Souls 2, so I won't really touch on that too much, but I will talk about the other 2, which I am really excited about, and I think you guys will be really excited to see them as well, because they're not necessarily, one of them's very unconventional for my channel, and the other one is kind of more what you'd expect from the types of games I've already done, considering it's also a Nintendo game, but it's a game that I've never played before, and going through it for the first time in a Let's Play format with someone who's played the game a lot has been really interesting and really fun so far, so I'm looking forward to talking to you guys about that. But first off, the solo Let's Play that will be coming out, and the first episode will probably be dropping either today or tomorrow? No, day after this video comes out, that's right, is Ratchet & Clank. Again, a series kind of not expected for the channel, considering so far I've only done Nintendo games, but yes, the original Ratchet & Clank, not the PS4 remake, the original Ratchet & Clank game on PS3, well, PS1, but re-released on PS3 as part of the Ratchet & Clank trilogy. This game was so influential for me when I was growing up. I started with a PlayStation 2 for my first home console, and Ratchet & Clank 2 was one of the first games I ever played on that console. Yes, I know that's a bit weird, I started with Ratchet & Clank 2 instead of Ratchet & Clank 1, but, you know, that's just how it was. I didn't know that, I mean, I knew there was a Ratchet & Clank 1, but I didn't care when I was like 6 years old. I just saw this game and I saw it was really fun, and I'd actually never beaten the original Ratchet & Clank until I got it on PS3 as part of the HD collection, because when I was like 7 years old and I finally got Ratchet & Clank 1, that still wasn't the best of games, but no, I've beaten it many times now, and I've 100%ed it, and I've really been enjoying playing it again for this Let's Play. The first, like all of the Ratchet & Clank PS2 games, just have this certain, like, really special thing about them, and I think it's like when, it comes down to like when they were made, and the types of games that were popular at the time, and just, you don't see those kind of 3D platformer adventure games as much anymore, which is a shame, because those games are really good. Like Banjo-Kazooie, Mario Sunshine, Ratchet & Clank, Jak and Daxter, you just don't see those kind of games made anymore. It's kind of kind of upsetting, but hopefully we could maybe see a resurgence, because we've had stuff like Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, we're getting Spyro the Dragon Reignited later this year, so who knows. But yeah, so that is the solo Let's Play that I'll be doing, just me, and that will be dropping every Monday. I'm going to try and have a schedule as well, a weekly schedule, so if you want to watch this series, you tune into the channel on this day. If you want to watch this series and this series, you tune on the channel on these days. So I'll be saying what days each of the episodes will be coming out. So Ratchet & Clank on Mondays, and then the next series, which will be coming out on a Wednesday, is Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door, which will be a collaboration between me and my friend Michael, who has not been on the channel as of yet, but has been very interested on coming onto the channel, and I asked him what he thought would be a good Let's Play for us to get started with, and he's played Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door so many times, he'd probably go as far to say, yeah, it's his favorite game of all time. So, as someone who has never played it before, going through the two of us playing it, it's really interesting. I'm playing it, like, myself. I'm always the one with the controller. It's not like with Spider-Man 2, where Reynolds and I would alternate. It is purely me playing it. But it's me and Michael commentating together, so you've got someone who knows pretty much everything about the game, and then someone who knows absolutely nothing. So it's really interesting to see how that's gone, and see, he knows stuff that I don't, and then seeing how he reacts to my reactions of stuff that happens in the game has been really fun, and I'm really looking forward to you guys seeing that, because it's a really good series, and it's a really, Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door is a really good game. I can understand why so many people like it, and I've heard so many good things about it so far. So if you want to watch that series, it'll be coming out on Wednesdays. The episodes will be around about, I think they're a half an hour episode each, so yeah, it's not too bad. It's an RPG, so it's probably going to take quite a while to get through. Ratchet & Clank probably will be over within a month or so. Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door is probably going to take a lot longer. And as will the next series, which is Dragon Age Inquisition, another game that I have never played before, and another epically long RPG, and another collaboration with my other friend, Jake, who again has played through Dragon Age Inquisition again and again and again and again and again, and he really, really enjoys it, and I've never played it. I've played Origins, and I've played Origins Awakening. I didn't play 2, because I heard Dragon Age 2 was a bit, how's you going? But I heard really good things about Inquisition, and I'd really been interested in playing it, and I've been playing a lot of The Witcher 3 at the moment, and Jay came to me and said, hey, don't get Inquisition and don't play it. What we could do is, for your channel, do a somewhat blind Let's Play where it's going to be the same as Paper Mario. I'm playing it the whole time, and Jake is reacting to, how I'm reacting to stuff that I've never seen before in the game. And it's been really, really fun having that aspect of someone who's played the game a bunch of times and knows all the intricacies and knows, the best way to do certain things, and then having someone who's playing it for their first time and seeing how, they react together, and to go oh, okay, so you did it this way instead of I've done it this way before. It's really interesting to see, and I think that's one of the cool things about doing Let's Plays like that, because then you also have that interaction with the audience who may have, played the game, may have never played the game and are like me, or have played the game a lot of times, or are like Jake and Michael, and, on their side, oh my gosh, Jack, why are you doing this? You don't know how to do this? What's wrong with you? And it's or you have the other person wow, I never knew you could do that before. That's really interesting. So I'm really enjoying recording those episodes, because it's, it's co-commentated, so I have someone that I can bounce stuff off of and have a conversation with, and yeah, they are able to share their knowledge with the game while I'm also experiencing it for the first time, and getting to see my first reaction to stuff like that. So it's been really fun. So if you're looking forward to any of those series, Ratchet & Clank is coming out on Monday, Paper Mario is coming out on Wednesdays, and Dragon Age Inquisition will be coming out on Fridays. So 3 days of the week, and then on Saturday and Sunday, if there's any extra sort of videos or content that I have stowed away, I might upload those. So the weekend will be more for special, maybe one-shot videos, or I have a couple of ideas for, Michael and I have kind of bounced off a couple of ideas what we could do for kind of special, one-shot videos. I'm interested in doing a recording session with a lot of people, a multiplayer session of a game, or just something to that effect. So we'll see how that goes. I've got all the equipment to do it at this point, basically. I know how to, I've got everything I need to record consoles. I can record a large group of people, both for audio wise and video wise. So it's certainly a potential now that we can do. So I'm really interested to see where some of the content on this channel goes in the next year or so, because back last year when I was making this video, I didn't have my capture card yet. So I was very limited in what I could do video-wise. I had the same microphone, so audio wasn't an issue, but video was certainly a massive hurdle. And ever since I've acquired the capture card, there's been so many new possibilities for recording, and it's great. I could do a massive game of Smash on the Wii U. I could do Halo on my Xbox. I can do Ratchet & Clank on my PS3. I could do Splatoon on the Switch. There's so much stuff that I can do now, and it's really exciting, and at the same time, well, no, it is exciting and really interesting to see how I can use what I have now to record a bunch more stuff. I've picked up a mini SNES now, so that opens up the door for a lot of old games that I've wanted to do, which I may not have had the ability to do before. Now I can do Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. I could redo Earthbound. I'm not going to, but I could. I could do Super Mario World, I can do Super Metroid, A Link to the Past. There's so many, Donkey Kong Country. There's so much stuff that's open and available to me now. The only thing I'm missing really is stuff for handhelds, though I have a Game Boy player, so I can do Game Boy games and stuff, but the big hurdle, I guess, now is DS games, and doing DS games is pretty difficult considering that you need a modified Nintendo DS to do those games, and they're not the most, they're not the cheapest things in the world, let's put it that way, and, you know, for a channel of my size, I don't think the expense is worth it's not worth the expense just yet, but we'll see how we go in this next year, because I felt like the end of last year, the beginning of this year, I fell off very badly with keeping to a schedule of videos to upload, which is why I'm keeping myself to, like, every Monday, I want an episode of Ratchet & Clank out. Every Wednesday, I want an episode of Paper Mario. And every Friday, I want an episode of Dragon Age Inquisition out. Because I have specific days now where I have nothing and I can just record episodes of, say, Ratchet & Clank. And then, on a weekly basis, on every Wednesday, I'm recording Paper Mario or I'm recording Dragon Age. And I have enough episodes in the backlog now where once this video goes up, I can start scheduling them and I can then record while I still have videos ready to come out. So I'm in a really good position now, I think, for putting out videos, and I feel like I can continue this scheduling, and I have people now that I record with who can call me out if I'm not keeping to that schedule, because they can be like, hey, we didn't record Dragon Age this week, or we didn't record Paper Mario, what are you doing? We're going to fall behind, and people don't want that. It's like, I have people that can keep me to task now, which is good. So, yeah, I think this, moving forward into this year and next year and the years beyond that, there's a lot of new cool stuff which can be coming to the channel, which is good. I want to expand, because I want to expand the kind of content I make, because when I started, I felt like I was just doing Let's Plays and countdowns, which a lot of other channels do, and I kind of felt like I was kind of just, could be seen as copying those kind of channels, but now I want to, you know, kind of figure out, have my own sort of space, where I'm doing the content that I want to do, and I'm not piggybacking off someone else's ideas, or piggybacking off someone else's, you know, style of content creating. If I want to just play a game of Smash with 8 people and record it and then upload it on the weekend, I can do that, and I will do that. If I want to play a game I've never played before with someone that, you know, has played it multiple times over, I can do that, and I want to do that. So, yeah, there's a lot of interesting things coming along in this next year, and I hope you guys will stick around and experience them alongside everyone else here. And if you find anyone else that might be interested in this kind of content, please be sure to, you know, share it around. And, you know, the more people watching these videos, the better, because I want to entertain you guys, and if no one's watching, I can't entertain you. But yeah, so I think that about covers pretty much everything I wanted to talk about without me getting too much into just going off on a tangent and rambling for hours and hours, and no one wants that. So I think, yeah, this is a good place to kind of end the discussion here. If you guys have any questions, feedback, advice, stuff that you want to see come to the channel, please leave it all down in the comments below. I will read, you guys know I read every single comment that's posted on these videos, but this video especially, if there's anything that you want to say about the past year or 2 years, any criticisms, critiques, advice, things you'd like, things you didn't like, things that you want to see come back, let me know down below, and I will do my very best to, like, there are some things obviously that I can't bring back, or I would choose maybe not to bring back because I feel like it's better a certain way than it was before. But if it's something that I agree with or I think should indeed come back, I'm more than happy to oblige, because while I still want to make the content I want to make, I still have to make content that is entertaining for you guys. I mean, if I'm the only one having fun, then it's not really fun for anyone else. And I want it to be an environment where everyone has fun, where I'm making content that's fun for me, but it's also fun for you guys to experience. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you for the 2 years of support. It has been absolutely unreal, and I'm thankful for everyone who has come along. Thank you to Reynolds for collaborating with me over this past year. Thank you to Michael and Jake for now collaborating with me in this coming year. A link to their, certainly to Michael's channel will be down below. Thank you to, I'll shout out, give another shout out to Team Tampants, even though after my last shout out, they decided that they would start, you know, a little bit of controversy. Don't think I have forgotten. Don't worry. I'm still thinking of my response to that. But no, go check those guys out. They're good guys. They make good content. They're Australian like me, and yeah, they make some pretty fun content. I think they're very close, or if they're not, they've already broken, I think, 100 subs. They're getting close. They're slowly growing, and it's cool to see. Like every time I check back on one of their videos, I see that subscriber count has gone up again and again and again, and it's cool to see that. So hopefully this year as well, I'll start to see that with my own channel, because I see it fluctuate from time to time, and so every time there's a new subscriber shows up, it feels good. So yeah, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like down below. Hit that little bell so you stay up to date with all my videos, because, you know, like I just said, there's going to be a lot of content and a lot new series coming out. So trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming out in 2018. So yeah, please be sure to hit that little bell to stay up to date with all that. Like I said, any comments, leave them down below. I will try my best to, I won't try my best. I will read and respond to every single comment posted on this video. And yeah, if you know anyone at all who would enjoy this video, please be sure to share it with them. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next year. Catch ya.